Hey there, everyone. Meteorologist Ashley Baylor here on this sweltering Saturday. Whew. Yeah, you feel it when you step out the door today. I've been wearing my hair curly all week because trying to straighten it in this heat, not in this heat and humidity. I know the guys probably don't necessarily know what I'm talking about, but the ladies probably hear me on this one. So I'm going to turn the camera around real quick just so you can see. Man, you can see the haze in the atmosphere. Goodness. It is sunny out here. Not too many clouds in sight. You just got that haze. Ugh. I mean, but the good news is, at least we're in good company. There's about 23 states across the mid-Atlantic all the way to the Midwest that are under excessive heat warnings. And then you have plenty more that are under heat advisories. Good morning, Andrew Felix. You know, I miss you terribly out in Wisconsin. I actually heard in Wisconsin you guys had some pretty gnarly storms last night. Good morning, Robert. Good morning, Mike. Hope you guys are doing okay and finding a way to stay cool. Man, it's going to be tough to find a way to stay cool if you're spending any time outdoors today. If you're heading to the beach, gotta caution you on a couple things. There's really not going to be any relief at the beach. Temperatures are going to be in the mid-90s along the shoreline today. When you factor in this oppressive humidity, it is still going to feel like it's right around 105, 107, 109. Hello, train. Good morning. I don't know if you can hear that going by. So if you're going to be out at the beach, we're not even going to get a nice onshore breeze to really help cool us off. So that's going to be very difficult. And one thing to also keep in mind is that the sand is going to get super hot. We dealt with this in Virginia Beach all the time. You literally could not even walk on it. It would get so hot. I think we're going to be pretty close to those conditions. So if you're going to the beach, have flip-flops, have sneakers that you wear on the sand and don't really, take them off until you're ready to get in the water. It's something that's simple, but very, very easy to forget. And speaking of feet, I'm going to talk about paws for a second. You guys know me. I'm a huge animal lover. I'm a huge animal advocate, which is why I've actually really disliked our news this morning. If you go to our website, WTNH.com, you'll see exactly what I'm talking about. But with the dogs today, hopefully you already got them out for a walk. This is a day where you want to walk them as early as you possibly can and walk them as late as you possibly can. It's not going to be comfortable at any point today, but the earlier you can get out, the better off. And then the later, just when things start to at least cool down a little bit, that's a better time to get them out there because their paws and the hot asphalt and the hot concrete, that can really start to blister their paws. So that's something you do want to keep in mind. If you're able to walk them on the grass, that's certainly a lot better. I don't even think necessarily walking them on the sand, if you thought about taking them for a walk on the beach, is great, at least during the day. Again, in the morning and at night, that's a totally different story. So, even though you want to be outside just because it is nice and sunny today, I will say it's definitely a day that you may want to spend more time indoors. And there are a lot of cooling centers out there. If you're looking for a place to stay cool, we have a huge list of cooling centers on our website, WTNH.com. I will give a shout out actually to the Wallingford YMCA on the east side. I was out there covering a story as to how they keep their kids safe, with the heat and humidity. The day camps is what I'm talking about. And they mentioned to me that Wallingford YMCA is going to be an official cooling center. So you can go there, use their facilities to stay cool. You can also use their pool to go in, splash around. And so that's really, really nice of them to do that. So I have to give them a shout out anyway. So I hope you're finding a way to spend indoors today. There are a lot of even good indoor activities going on. I believe at the Connecticut Science Center. Gosh, I hope I'm getting that right. You may need to double check me on that. See, when you get up at 3 in the morning, sometimes your brain gets a little scrambled, and by this hour of the day, I'm starting to forget things. But today is the 50-year anniversary of the moon landing, and so they are showing the Apollo 11. They're showing a movie, and I think it might be the same one that Laura Hutchinson saw in movie theaters, where they're showing old video that wasn't aired previously of the moon landing. So if you're looking for something cool to do, that's cool. Like, there's the double entendre right there. Cool indoors, but also cool to actually see. That's certainly an option. But again, go to our website, WTNH.com. I want to say it's the Connecticut Science Center, but I'm starting to question myself if that was it. So sorry that I'm questioning myself. I should have looked that up before I talk about it. But you know me, I just kind of sit here and talk, and then I'm like, wait, what am I talking about? So anyway, the sun is scrambling the brains. So, temperatures today, with this excessive heat warning in effect across the entire state, temperatures at the shoreline today are going to be in the mid-90s. And as I said, with the humidity is going to feel really anywhere between 105 to 110. Farther inland, it's going to be even worse because that's where the temperature alone is going to surge into the upper 90s. But the heat index, again, is going to be anywhere between 110 to even 115. Even this morning, it was just oppressive out here. I believe it only dropped to about 78 degrees at Bradley International last night. So when your overnight low is in the upper 70s, you really need to keep your fans and your air conditioners cranked even at night. You can't even get a little bit of a reprieve at night and open up the windows and get some fresh air. None of that's going to be happening, at least this weekend. The good news is we just need to get through the weekend. Once we get through today and tomorrow, we are going to see temperatures cool down on Monday. Now, it does come with a little bit of a trade-off there. On Monday, we are going to see some showers and thunderstorms develop through the afternoon, but at least it's going to put temperatures down into the lower 80s. We're looking at showers and storms on Tuesday as well. So bummer for me. Those are my 2 days off and they're going to be a little bit soggy. But Wednesday is really the day to look forward to next week because we are finally not only going to see temperatures come down, humidity is finally going to come down as well. That's when, oh, I don't like that side of my face. I haven't been drinking enough water, so my face is like starting to see the effects. It's like the face needs to stay hydrated. Anyway, I digress. None of you care about that. So, dew points, the heat index inland areas will be anywhere between 110 to 115. Again, not just today, but tomorrow. And then, yes, next Wednesday. That's what I was saying. Next Wednesday is when the heat and the humidity is finally going to come down. So next Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, looking like a series of absolutely beautiful days. So I know some of you are checking in from Hampton Roads in the Virginia Beach area, and man, I feel for you guys. You guys are under an excessive heat warning as well. But, I mean, you guys deal with the heat and humidity at this level really anywhere between May and September. It's fairly consistent. At least here in New England, I will say, yes, we get a couple of hot days, but then it cools down shortly after. At least we get some reprieves from the heat and humidity. So it's one thing I truly, truly love about New England is that it's not staying super hot and humid for months. At least it's just for a few days here, but man, after a couple of days, I'm probably going to hear a few gripes and complaints about it. Yeah, so a lot of events going on today. I know there's the Music on the Green in New Haven where Lisa will be playing. I don't know if any of you watch RuPaul's Drag Race, but there was a roast about Michelle Visage, who's on the panel there, and somebody made the joke that Michelle Visage is so Jersey, she thinks classical music is Lisa. So I don't know why I thought of that, but if any of you watch RuPaul's Drag Race, you'll understand that reference. So Kyle, good morning. I miss you down in Virginia Beach. Good morning to everybody. Good morning, Agnes. Good morning, Michael. Good morning, Angelo. Good to see you this morning too. So thank you to everybody that's been checking in. You know, I will say in the shade sitting here, it really doesn't feel too bad. So if you are at least going to spend time outdoors today, at least find a nice shady tree, or if you're going to the beach, highly recommend you bring an umbrella or a pop-up tent or something. Good morning, Allison. Thank you for missing me on Wavy, but again, at least you guys are in good company. We're sweating it out with you this weekend. Good morning, Joey. Hope everybody's really having a fantastic day so far. I hope you guys do find a way to stay cool. And, you know, I hate to even say it ad nauseum. Please watch out for your pets today. I think I keep harping on that so much because we had so many sad animal stories this morning. You know, we had the horrific, heart-shattering story about the dog that was found on the Wilbercross Parkway. It had been hit by 2 SUVs, and even prior to that, they suspected it had been used for, it was a baiting dog, and that had been chewed and tortured. So it's like, it's horrible enough to hear about dogs that are tortured. But then, I don't know if it was thrown out on the parkway or if it just found its way there, but to have it get hit, and then at least it's starting to recover. That's the one thing I'm grateful for, is that the Woodbridge Animal Control did find this dog, and it's on the way to recovery. I hope it continues to get better, but it just breaks and shatters my heart to hear stuff like that. So I don't want any more animals to suffer, even though it's not, you know, on the same level. I don't want any animals to suffer in the heat. And then we had the cow story. It's just like, that's why I said on air this morning, it's like, good morning, and here's why it's not, you know. Sometimes it's really sad but true, if I'm being totally real with you guys. Good morning, Jennifer. You know what? I do need to stay hydrated. I need everybody to like tell me to stay hydrated today, because I am the worst when it comes to drinking water. I literally did not drink any water yesterday. None. And it was a very hot day. I don't know what it is. I'm just terrible about drinking in general, whether it's water, juice, soda. I'm really, really bad about it. So I'm going to need somebody to stay on top of me today saying, are you drinking water? Are you drinking water? Are you drinking water? That's pretty much what I'm going to need today. I'm probably going to have to set an alarm on my phone today every hour to say, hey, take a drink of water, take a drink of water, take a drink of water. I will probably literally need to do that. I don't know why I'm so terrible. I'm actually going to be taking the weather Jeep out with me. I have an event tonight. I'm actually with Laura Hutchinson on this little adventure tonight. We are heading up to Portland to the Aragoni Winery, where creative living community of Connecticut. Again, my brain, I'm really starting to think my brain is turning into scrambled eggs. Yipes. Anyway, the creative living community of Connecticut is hosting their annual Farm to Table Gala tonight. It is a wonderful charity that was started by my aunt, actually, and it is for adults with autism and adults with other developmental disabilities. Basically, they bought some farmland, and so it's eventually going to become farmland where adults with autism and developmental disabilities can not only work on the farm, but they can also live there as well, because as you know, adults that have disabilities, they either end up living in group homes, which I feel like you have to get your name on a wait list like that since the day they're born. So, the options for adults with developmental disabilities, there aren't a ton of options out there. So it's really incredible for my aunt and other people to have created this charity, which I would, really, really love to see flourish in the future. And so if you want to check them out, CLCC, that is what it is called. So if you want to check it out, please feel free to do so. I'm hoping the event goes really, really well tonight, even though we're going to be sweating it a little bit. Luckily, it's going to be under a tent, but I'm glad it's going to be a great evening for it. And yeah, since my brain is turning into scrambled eggs, I am starting to melt. I'm feeling like the Wicked Witch of the West, East, West. Forget it. I don't even know which witch is which. Anyway, I'm out of here, folks. Stay cool today. I'll catch you right back here tomorrow.